You're doing everything right. You love your work, you're good at it, and you care deeply about your clients. But you're still exhausted, still underpaid, and still on the edge of burnout. Maybe you don't have an energy problem. Maybe you have a business model problem. My name's Rachel Roberts, and I help freelance language teachers and trainers build businesses that are profitable, successful, and aligned with who they actually are. In the last video, we looked at the internal habits that contribute to burnout, like people-pleasing, perfectionism, and fear of judgment. But here's the piece that most people miss. Even if you work on all of that, if the structure of your business isn't set up to support that, then you're going to keep burning out. Because burnout isn't just personal, it goes much deeper than that. It's systemic. And one of the systems that needs to change is the way your business is actually run. So today we're going to look at how the wrong business model can keep you trapped in exhaustion, even if you love your clients and you believe in your work, and what you can do about it. Freelancers, especially in the language teaching world, are often sold this idea that success is just a matter of making more effort, doing more marketing, working more hours, having more offers, hustling more. But if your business model is built on undercharging and over-delivering and doing everything yourself, then working harder just accelerates the burnout. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes by turning the tap up full blast. Yes, more water's going in, but it's leaking out just as fast. And eventually you're not just tired, you're also disillusioned because you've done everything you were supposed to do and it's still not enough. Let's look at some signs that your business model might not be sustainable. If you're constantly busy, but you're still not earning what you want to be earning, if you're working mostly one-to-one and charging an hourly rate, that means your income is capped by your time and energy. Now, there are ways of working one-to-one without that happening, but if you're tied to that hourly rate, it's unlikely that you're doing those things. You feel like you have to say yes to every opportunity, even if it doesn't quite fit, because you're worried that something else that's better might not come along. You're always preparing content, even when your time is not paid. You struggle to take time off because everything stops when you stop. So all of these things should not be making you feel bad. Far from it. Most of us start with these kinds of issues because it feels safe and familiar and based on the kind of thing that we did when we were employed. But staying here is a choice, and once you know better, you can do better. So, what does a sustainable business model actually look like? Let's break it down. So, a business model that supports your well-being as well as your income typically has three things in place. Firstly, clarity around a core offer. So instead of offering everything to everyone, you get laser focused on one or two at the most high impact ways that you help a specific group of people. You know exactly who it's for, what it promises, and what it includes, which means no more reinventing the wheel all the time. Secondly, your pricing reflects the value that you bring, not the hours that you put in. Hourly pricing almost always leads to burnout because your income is tied to your capacity and availability. A healthier model is based on outcomes, where you're paid for your expertise and not just your time. And thirdly, scalable or semi-scalable elements in your offer. So this doesn't mean that I'm telling you that everybody has to launch a massive recorded course or a membership, but even introducing small asynchronous elements into your one-to-one offer or small elements of group to go alongside your one-to-one offer can start to reduce your direct time commitment quite considerably and protect your energy. And none of this means that you're stopping caring. It means that you care enough to build something that's sustainable for you and that can actually work better and be more flexible for your clients. A lot of freelance teachers, trainers, and coaches know deep down that their current business model isn't really working. But they tell themselves, no, I just need to post more and then I'll get more clients. Once I feel more confident, I'll raise my prices and then it'll be fine. Maybe in a few months or next year, I'll have time to redesign things. But at the moment, I just need to focus on working with my clients. But what can happen is that those few months turn into more months and even years. And the more tired and burnt out you get, the harder it is to find the energy to change anything or to even know where to start. And the longer you wait, the more likely you are to just give up altogether or start resenting the work that you once loved. So you don't need to have it all figured out. And you don't need to be wildly confident either. You just need to be willing to see where the problems are and to be able to take that first step now while you still have something left in the tank and work out the rest as you go along. This is not just about business, it is about self-worth, because the truth is that many freelancers don't build sustainable businesses because on some level they don't believe that they deserve to. They're thinking things like, well, who am I to charge that much? I'm not experienced enough to go beyond the standard hourly one-to-one. My students can't afford it, when they actually don't know what their students can or can't afford, or perhaps they have the wrong students. Because when you undervalue yourself and what you offer like that, you end up building a business that reflects that undervaluation, and it can become a vicious circle. So you're underpaid, so you need to take on more clients, so you overwork. You burn out, you start to doubt yourself, and you stay small. And breaking this cycle is not just about strategy, though that is absolutely part of it. It's about believing that your energy, your well-being, and your vision for how you want to be spending your life matter, and acting like it. Because when you create a new offer, set better boundaries, raise your prices, you're not just changing your income, you're changing the rules about what's acceptable in your business and in your life. And that's really powerful. Burnout is not just an emotional problem, it's a structural one. And if you're feeling close to burnout, exhausted from constantly giving more than you get back, it might be time to start trying to redesign the way your business actually works. Because when your business model honors your value, the value of what you do, your time, and your capacity, everything gets easier. You stop having to chase clients, second guess every decision, and you start being able to show up with more clarity and energy and confidence. Not because you worked harder, but because you work smarter. And this is the kind of work that we do every day inside Design to Flourish, where I help language teaching professionals redesign their businesses around what actually works for them and their clients, not just what they've been told they should do. If this video resonated, please subscribe, check out the other videos in the series, and if you're ready to rethink the way you work, you know where to find me, because you deserve a business that doesn't just look good, but feels good too.